Hello everyone, how are you all going? Nick here of the Extra Hairy Variety, back on Magic the Gathering Arena for a bit more of a ranked draft. We actually have the Dominaria draft format back on the platform, which is really good to see. Let's get my headphones on here. Because for the longest time, this has not been one of the ranked draft formats, and it's good to get it in now because it's going to rotate out of standard soon, meaning Arena probably won't have it as a draft format in the next few months. Although they have sort of hinted that, yes, the card collections going back to the start of the Arena account are going to be usable somehow, so I don't know, maybe when it becomes old enough there will be flashback drafts on Arena, who knows, whatever. Let's draft some Dominaria. A friggin' awesome format. And our first pack has one of these night payoffs. Ariel's pretty good. Makes knights and blows stuff up if you can make it go long enough. Which is pretty cool. I like Quende. Pretty cool character. If you can get just a couple more creatures with first strike, I feel like that's worth it. Apart from that, Grow from the Ashes is alright. Wizard's Retort's a pretty decent counter. But this knight is pretty awesome. There's no like just bomb removal or anything like that, so let's just take Ariel and move forward from there. Our next rare is Lich's Mastery, which we're not going to be taking because this is just awful in draft. You can't lose the game whenever you gain life, draw that many cards. Whenever you lose life, you have to exile cards from your hand, permanents or whatever. And when this leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. So if you exile enough cards and then you'll eventually hit Lich's Mastery, you just lose the game. It's kind of like a weird combo card for Constructed. Not for draft, though. We've got an okay counterspell here. But I think to back up our Knight payoff, we have make a couple of Knights. This is just a great card anyway. It doesn't really matter if we don't get there with Knights. I do like me some Fungal Plots, though. Would love to be able to make that work at some stage. A couple of Sapling payoffs here, but look, I'll let the computer drafters fight over that. Also, Yavimaya Saphir. There's a few things here that are quite nice. Would love to get back that Pegasus Corsair. It's unlikely, but we'll find out. There's a Pegasus Corsair there. Also, Hala. Hala, how you going? Whenever you cast a spell, if it was kicked, put on a counter. Deals damage to each opponent. Doesn't feel like the best payoff, to be honest. What are we giving up? I like the Skin Witch. Actually not bad in this format because you can get to enough mana to kick this and make your opponent discard 2 cards, which is pretty backbreaking sometimes. There are not enough mill payoffs for this. I'll take the Pegasus. It's just a great common. Arvad the Cursed. Also a knight. Oddly enough, a 3/3 Death Touch Life Link, which boosts other legends by +2/+2, which is currently Ariel, which is kind of fun to do. Are we passing anything? It's in our 2 colours. Yeah, I'd love the other Pegasus Corsair. I'll gladly get as many of these as possible. Let's speculate on Arvad. I think there's enough payoff there. Do we follow that up with a Yargle? I don't think we're supposed to, but I kind of like that. There's a pretty bad removal spell on this pack. It's decent. It makes you a 1/1. I like Adamant Will. I'd like to have one of those in my deck at the very least. Oddly enough, the format is slow enough to make something like that work. It costs so much mana to get it out of your graveyard and replay it, but it's actually not that bad. And I probably should take it over Yargle, but what you guys don't understand is I'm a relentless moron, so I'm going to take Yargle and try and make that work. Kind of fun with Arvad. We've got 3 legends, so we can do some fun stuff with that. Divest is an okay card. Kind of sucks against some decks, but pretty decent against a lot of them. Healing Grace is a weird protection spell. This is a legendary payoff. I mean, it's interesting. Guardians of Koilos picks up a historic permanent, which is these 3 currently. I like it, but it's a 2/2 for 2 most of the time. I think that makes it okay. It's also a knight. Wow, we got legends and knights. That's what we're doing here. Do we get the second Yargle? We do not. We do not get the second Yargle. Charge is okay. Navigator's Compass is not a card. Stronghold Confessor actually decent. I mean, flavor-wise, we should take charge. I mean, it goes with all our knights, clearly, but actually not a decent little one-drop, and we don't have any one-drops just yet. Are there any other one-drops in this format that I'd want? There's that knight that protects other creatures. This also is flexible and becomes a 4-drop. I actually like that enough to forego the bad legend and the pump spell. What else we got? Sparring Construct. Do we have any payoffs for historic spells yet? No, just legends. Flame of Keld is a great card, but we are not in red. This is weird. It's sort of card advantage, but it's sort of not. You get whatever creature that you put this onto back, but you still have to spend a card to get it back. I mean, it's great if you have a lot of really good creatures. It's pretty decent with Yargle, actually. I mean, the opportunity cost of trying to stick this on Yargle and then getting blown out. Ooh. What am I really giving up? Sparring Construct is okay. And if we get historic payoffs, I'll keep it in the deck. I said before I'll take one of those, and I will now. I don't think we're interested in Power Stone Shards. Not when there's real cards in the pack. That seems decent, especially with Sparring Construct. It's better than Charge. Costs 3. Charge is a very efficient pump spell, I must say. I'll take Charge. Being 1 mana makes the opportunity cost not too bad. Look, I won't even take this over an average 6-drop. I think that's just a better option most of the time. You are not a knight. Enchantment. Look, I'll take this speculatively in case we get any of the ones that tick up and discard. You know the ones. I'll tell you what they are in a second when I see one. Daragaz the Reincarnated. No, not interested. Thank you. You are a knight, and you are just Saga. That's the word I was after. I think this is probably a better card than Danitha. Danitha I need to look at picking up, like equipment and stuff like that. It doesn't always work out. Vicious Offering. No, we don't really have the card, the deck to make this amazing just yet, but still it's a decent removal spell. Mind you, so is this. Makes the Tragic Poet playable. I mean, playing an Eldest Reborn twice is pretty backbreaking. Can I take this speculatively and look out for like things like Dub? Oh, I don't know. What am I benefiting from getting Legends? The Vanalish Captain? I feel like I should be pushing Legends a bit harder because, yeah, I know these bonuses aren't great, but just every little incremental bonus does help with these. I will take this against my better judgment. I really should have looked at one of those removal spells. Lich's Mastery again. Wow, we are cracking some bad cards. Valduk is another legend that he's red. Probably just make another couple of knights. Yes, we don't want a black cat. Yep. I'm happy to snap off many of those. That's annoying. She's not great in draft anyway. I do like Jaya. I think it's a fun card to build around in Constructed, but certainly nothing amazing. Damping Sphere, good for Constructed, especially Modern, so pretty irrelevant here. Dub or Short Sword to go alongside our... that card I just took. Where is it? Danitha. Reducing the cost of both of those, and is a knight in addition to other... That should be a tiebreaker, but... Making some of these things knights. Yeah. How many knight payoffs do we have? Just the one, and it's not a particularly strong one. We might get more. Short Sword's probably a better card. Again, it's historic for when that matters as well. We don't have any historic payoffs right now. It's less of a blowout, though. I better take it. Because when you go to equip something, you still have the sword. You don't lose that. Wow, blue and red is really open. Righto, well, taking a blue or red card, this green card's terrible, and this colourless card is not really what we're interested in either. So, Valduk alongside Danitha actually is a thing that could happen if we somehow manage to splash red. I'm not really interested in these. We're not red yet, so yeah. Arcane Flight's kind of fun, but not with us. Historic Permanent. Can flash one of these Historic Permanents. Doesn't really do anything. Sorcery spells. Take a Velduk. I mean, there's a slight chance we splash it, but not very high. Untaps artifacts, yeah, whatever. Aether Glider. I mean, we're seeing a lot of red, but it's not very good red. The format isn't so terrible that... It's slow enough that Drudge Sentinel is okay. I almost said Drudge Skeleton. Skeleton Warrior! Thallid Soothsayer is mediocre. These are just bad cards, really. I mean, look, yeah, we're seeing certain colours, but nothing that really makes us want to go into certain colours. Is there any chance we go into red? Nah, not based on what we see here. Aether Glider. Oh, this is a knight. Yeah, let's take the knight. I finally saw it. Those of you screaming at the screen, I do apologise. Goblin Chieftain's great if you have some other goblins, but we don't. Another reason to be red. This is just awful fixing. I mean, it's a historic card from when that matters. But we're not there yet. I mean, that's okay. Yeah, we're just not getting great cards at the moment. Oh, I don't want to run this. I really don't want to run this. But it's the most likely thing to make the deck, as annoying as that sounds. Another Tragic Poet. I think one is enough, personally. I don't want two. Did I get the Soul Salvage before? Just realised we are not picking up a lot of black, so we should consider pivoting out of it. Been pretty uninspiring cards, to be honest. Soul Salvage. Yeah, I'll take Soul Salvage. I still want to be black because we have enough great reasons to be in black. Slinvona. Basically, you pay 10 and you get an 8/8 and nobody else has a creature. Deep Freeze is actually an okay removal spell. And Tragic Poet gets that back as well. I don't want another Confessor. And a Partic Warrior. Actually, a 5/5 Trample for 6 is not bad. Do we take an average removal spell? I mean, this seems to indicate that blue is relatively open. We're just not interested in getting into blue right now. We're going to have enough playables, even though we're not really seeing our colours come through. But I will take one now. Yep. That sounds fine to me. Yeah. Just not very inspiring packs, to be honest. Don't really want another Soul Salvage. A Frenzied Rage, interesting with Danitha and Velduk. Keldon Overseer. That's too red to kick it, though, so take the Frenzied Rage. Warlord's Fury, I guess. Run Amok. Meh. We might side into red here. It doesn't feel... Okay, well, that's a reason to side into red. That is a very good card. I will pay that, Magic Arena. I will absolutely pay that. Ooh, we're in a bit of an awkward spot. So lose those, lose that, lose Yargle, lose Feral Abomination, sure. I do want to play my... I've got good night stuff going on, though, so it kind of sucks. We need to play some really, really bad fixing. Oh, I really don't want to. Or we stay black-white, we stay the course, get a Pegasus Courser, and just make that work. How many more red in the sideboard? Run Amok. Oh, it's not very inspiring, but this is a 4/4 for 4, or 2 4/4 flyers for 7, and that's just really good. I mean, can we make our legend thing work as a 3-color deck? Ugh. It's just not the best fixing in Dominaria. If I had a couple of Skittering Surveyors, I'd be very interested in this. As it stands, I think this is Pegasus Corsair. This is really painful to do. I hate passing a Verix Bladewing. It's a great bomb. Oh, this is painful. This is really painful. If we go white-red, I can still play Danitha and Valduk. They go well together. And then I've got Frenzied Rage and the Sword. This will definitely see play in either deck. This has got such a high ceiling, though. I'd love to be able to splash for these. Look, I'm only losing a Pegasus. I'll take this for now and speculate. Well, I wish I could make that work, but we're just not getting there. This is a historic payoff. It's not the best one. I need fixing so badly, and I just don't think we're going to see it. Jorah's familiar. Historic cards, so Verix Bladewing. Sounds like fun. I could just be sensible to take Dub, but Dub's a risky card regardless. I'll take the Jorah's familiar, I guess. I don't know, I feel like this is getting a bit awkward towards the end of this draft. We're not interested in elves, no. This is a great card, but we can't really cast it. Dark Bargain. Dark Bargain's a decent card. It's a decent reason to be in black. But let's face it, black is looking a bit iffy at this stage. A Jar Jar Binks Unicorn? I mean, look, we have enough playables as it stands. It just really comes down to what is our colours. I like Memorial to Folly, actually. Yeah, look, we have enough playables. Let's get some lands. Again, keenly looking out for fixing. We're just not getting past it. No, don't think we're interested in that. That's kind of fun. Yeah, let's take that. Another historic spell. Ooh, Triumph of Gerard. Yes. Well, no matter what, our white is fantastic. Another Yargle. Please, please, with the Yargles. I like Sarah Disciple, but the Avident Trapper... wouldn't mind another 2-drop. No, the Trapper's just too good. Helps you tap down creatures when you cast historic spells. Real decent card. Final Parting. Do I have anything that wants to be in the graveyard? Not really. No, I'll take Divest. It's an interesting card. Run a Mark. Take Divest. Don't want 2 Divests. Kicky cards. Don't really think we have enough to make this meh. Meh. This is a very meh pack. I'll take a Slinvona, I guess. We already have a charge, don't we? Yeah, really don't want any more of those. Kelvin Overseer is decent if we go red. When you attack with 3 or more creatures, in the aggro deck. Or Frenzied Rage. Or Dub. We have the Adamant Will. Yeah, we have 2 Adamant Wills. Dub is... Dub will see play, so we better take Dub. Tragic Poet. We've already got one. Untap Artifacts. It's average. Everything in this is average right now. I don't know. I think we've got the makings of a decent deck. Yeah, not playing any of this junk. Okay. So basically, what's the upside? Arvad, Ariel, or Verix Bladewing? We could run 1 Swamp and Navigator's Compass, and these 2 things. This is a thing we could do. I mean, meh. That's interesting, but still pretty meh. That's not a legendary. No, it's not. Yeah. We could just literally cut black, run one swamp, and play these two legends. Or actually, our one swamp could... No, because we have to have another black source to make that work, so... Also... But what red do we have? Frenzied Rage, which goes great with Valduck, goes great with Danitha. Keldon Overseer, and Verix Blade Wing. So not a great deal. Runamax's a decent trick as well. It's... I mean, I think I really am pushing this for the sake of Verix Blade Wing. What kind of... What legendary payoffs do we have? Arvad. Yeah. This is a bit all over the shop, I will admit. Okay. Let's just cut red. And just take a look at this. Oh, cutting Verix Blade Wings really makes me feel bad. Okay, we don't need two Partic Wanderers. A couple of 6-drops. Yargle for the funsies. Yeah, you're an okay flyer. Chainer's Torment. I mean, it feels better with life gain. Call the Cavalry. Yep, keep both of those. Soul Salvage. We don't have any sacrifice stuff. Dub, yes, because it makes knights. Trapper, you're a knight. Cut this. Just a few beaters, which all happen to be knights. Only need to run one of these. And Sparring Construct. And then we're playing some sort of average 1-drops, but I still think that's okay. I probably should go up the curve a little bit there, actually. Let's cut Divest. And one of those. And put in some more expensive cards. Soul Salvage, I guess we can run in this deck. Yeah. And then we are... Are we interested in splashing for Valduck? As in, we play Valduck, we play this. We've got to make a cut again, unfortunately. Ah, it's so awkward. Charge. The Poet currently just gets Triumph of Gerard and Dub. Yeah, okay, cut you. One Mountain. And our Fixie Land. 7 and 9. Probably just go 8, I imagine. Oh no, we got lots of low drop planes. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Ah, you're gonna sting me, Dub. Could think about Frenzied Rage, but no, we're not gonna splash for any more of those. Okay, this is a little bit all over the shop, but this is our deck. Black, white, Knights and Legends. Splashing for Valduck and hopefully just go aggro and smash face. Running a terrible, terrible artifact. Look, let's see what happens. Maybe it'll be great, maybe it'll be terrible. I mean, who's to say, really? Probably all you guys watching at home. And round 1, Themo. Good luck. We're having a Karnoff. Okay, we have our terrible artifact to start this off, and then nothing forever. No, we're mulling that. We need some low drops. 3, yeah, we'll keep that. Oh, that curves nicely. We have to hit our land drops, though. No, we already have a 3 and a 4. Let's dunk that down at the bottom. Now, opponent, don't judge me too harshly. I know I'm playing a terrible card. No one should ever play this. I know. It's not worth a card. Doesn't ramp, doesn't do anything. But I need that fixing. I need it so badly. Maybe that's why this card exists, because the fixing in this is just so bad. Now, just so you know, opponent, that is an island, okay? Just be aware of that. Let us get my second colour down. It also stops for you because this is a instant speed activation. Yes. Go ahead and play that opponent. I don't mind. I got some flyers. And a sword to go on a flyer. Beautiful. Everything's feeling great. Okay. Just do this now. I mean, that's clearly a mountain. Just so it doesn't stop me at any other point. No blocks. So the cool thing here is I can play Draw as Familiar if I draw a land, and then this is free because artifacts are historic. What's your found, opponent? Oh, I don't have to reveal it. Okay, fair enough. Let's see. I can Triumph of Gerard and play Short Sword. This also reduces the cost of this. Kind of annoying I didn't hit my land there. Yeah, that feels alright. I don't have 2 mana to protect my horse. Not that I really care all that much. Got more important things to protect later in the game. Play Short Sword. I will make that one this time. That can be a forest. And pass the turn. I could just stick the equipment on the horse and go to town. That might be the way I win this. If my opponent somehow never removes it. Do not care for big old elephants. Awkward thing is this also reduces the cost of my sword. Let's see. Do I want to put the sword on here and hold up Adamant Will? It's also going to get a lifelink. Let's chuck that there. Can keep the protection spell up. This is going to be a forest. Beautiful. We are going off to the races. If you don't mind, opponent. I might fire this off next turn and make more advantage of that lifelink. Might be an idea. Although, honestly, this format's so deadly. I just think catching the removal spell at the right time is probably the better way of using that card. Opponent has a lot of creatures. A concerning amount of creatures, one might say. This lifelink is very, very welcome. Do I make this a knight? No, I think I play Daneth this turn. Horse also get vigilance? No. The one thing it doesn't get out of all those keywords. That lifelink is fantastic here. Okay. Hachar. I'm just doing this so it doesn't stop me automatically. That can stop the Deathbloom Fallid. Also makes my dub cheaper. So if I draw a land, I can dub an Adamant Will over the next turn cycle. Yeah, sure. I don't mind too much if my horse gets removed. I would prefer that it doesn't. But I believe we actually have lethal for next turn. We do. So, no blocks. Currently doing 11 damage. Yeah, sure. Look, if you can go +4/+4, I'm going to lose this. Or charge might have been very scary there. Pretty much putting my opponent to the test here. A plains off the top would be perfect here. Yep, that's fine. Not a plains, but I can dub Danethar. And just put my opponent to the test. I think it's what I got to do. I'm not going to survive another turn. There we go. 8 damage exactly. Opponent, do you have it? Have you got the removal spell? Good game, opponent. You got it. Before we finish up, I just want you to know, that is a mountain. Very, very important. And we will scoop it up. Tried to go aggro there, didn't really work out, and we've lost our first game. Very sad. Let us move on to the next round. Combo decks focus on finding and casting spells that work together to produce powerful effects, often winning the game outright. My word. Is that so? Come on. You can find someone. There must be someone who's willing to face off against my really janky Knight Legend deck. There we go. Krufix, good luck. Let us see. We've got 17 lands. We draw one more. This is a 3-2, and I got a 2-2 with first strike. This is very dependent on me hitting my lands. We'll see. We'll see. I think it's a fair keep. May have been better if we were on the draw. That's not a great start. That's the opposite of drawing a land. That isn't a card that we can't cast. Lots of 1 and 2 drops as well. That's another 3-drop. Deck misbehaving. Well, with any luck, my opponent will also be mana screwed. They are not. But they do not have plays, which makes me happy. I think we just go max damage and go for Danitha first. Opponent. An Omnivore. I don't mind trading that off. It's my 1 mountain too. Historic spells. Or do I dub this and just go aggro? I have to think. If I play this, you have lifelink, don't you? Yeah, that's the clincher. She's got lifelink. That makes me very happy about doing this. Ooh, opponent. Not happy with my aggro start. That's fine by me. Just pray for the no removal spell here. Think we're good? Think we're good. Beautiful. Do I really go whole hog and then play this as well? I think that's a very scary thing to try and do. If we play this and that's a 3, that's a 4, I can't play 2, 3 and 3. I can't. It doesn't mean I can play more than one card next turn. Oh, 3 and 1. If I play this, I can then play both of these the next turn. Also gets me a flyer on board. Oh. That's a good sign when your opponent is just chumping something for days. You want to counter that? That's fine by me, opponent. I have... Oh, that's an aggressive counter. I've got much better cards than that. Oh! Are we facing off against the mill deck? I wouldn't have minded that one red card, but Valduk would have been pretty decent here. Might have another Syncopate. It is common after all. Yep, that's good with me. I can play both of these if I want. Yeah, that seems okay. Let's play you first. Do we have an automatic stop? No, we do not. So, opponent does not have a counter here. It's one thing I don't like about Arena. If you see your card just automatically resolve, you know your opponent has no counters. Or any other instant for that matter. Deep Freeze. That is still a 2/6. Was it a 2/6 human? That is a weird creature type. Okay. It's still a knight, so I still get this bonus as well. No way for it to lose Defender, is there? No. This unfortunately puts tokens directly onto Danitha, which is not helpful right now. I think I just play this and go for it. Make that fly. It's got menace anyway, does not matter about flying. Whoop-de-doo. There we go. Make a few knights. I think that's the best way to pressure my opponent here. Counters or removal or something. Dark Bargain. Ooh, it does 2 damage to them. Ooh, that's desperate. Probably got this one sewn up at this stage. Don't know what my opponent could play to save them here. Good thing is now Triumph of Gerard does boost one of these knights instead of my horrible wall. And I got there. Beautiful. Yeah, I don't know about the mill deck in this format. I just think it's really difficult to make work. So it's not something I'd recommend people try. I mean, you saw during my draft, there's that one card that that Archaeologist that mills your opponent every time you play a historic card. It's repeatable, and yes, there's a lot of historic cards in the format, but it's just not reliable to make that kind of stuff work. And the crab's just a one-off, which is what my opponent just played. It's a bunch of knights, and yeah, I got all my colours. Well, I'm not going to be mana screwed this game. That's something, I suppose. The Sparring Construct lines up very annoyingly with my Knight of Dominaria. I can make it fly, though, eventually. Okay, ooh. There's a knight payoff. Alright, things are looking pretty good. Then my opponent goes aggro here. For the sake of 1 damage. Ooh, yes, please do, opponent. Please swing out. Oh, yes. Oh, that feels good. Hey, opponent, you want to make a terrible trade? You absolutely should. Nope. Cool. That gave me a bit more damage. Happy with that. So, yes, just Pegasus. That's all I can do anyway. Look at that. 3 colours. Didn't even try. So, probably call the cavalry first. I usually like to play my bombs last so they don't draw out the removal so readily. That's fine. A lot of aggro matchups in this draft. 1 red mana is not really doing much for my opponent. Cool. Can swing with both of those. Make my knight fly. Yes, with that mindset, I should probably play you, then Yargle. My opponent really does not have any good trades for Yargle right now. I can also make Yargle fly, which is just the dumbest thing ever. So, I will put my opponent to the proverbial Yargle test, as it were. What sort of removal spells are we looking at? Wizard's Lightning. They are red. They are not unlikely to have it, although it is uncommon. Opponent. What you thinking about? On black-red, so they're probably some kind of sacrifice strategy, I'd imagine, although Valduck... I don't usually play Valduck unless I have other cards to support him, but having said that... Okay, this is a thing. What is it, half my original life total? I will double block Valduck in a second. Please swing. Oh, opponent! You are just... Maybe they're just trying to remove blockers so I can't block this, but I have a Yargle. And I will Yargle my way to victory, opponent. You watch. It is kind of scary if they have a removal spell. Look, I'm not really the kind of player that just holds back, so... I will do this. And more to the point... I can almost win next turn if my opponent can't remove Yargle because I can swing in with it. My opponent wants to trade. Apologies if you can hear the rain on my roof, everyone. Yes, I'm very much an aggro player at heart, so if the option to swing is there, I usually do. So... Power X. No, that is not happening. 2 knights will not take down Torgar. Well, opponent definitely does not have the removal spell now, which is nice to see. And that wins me the game. Yep. Oh, no, I already win. We're good. I don't know. Yeah, I just make Yargle fly, and then I've won. I thought they were on 11 for some reason. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Things are looking good. Things are looking very good. What do we got here? We have a Fall of Thran. Very, very janky saga for standard. Up to 2 and 1. Look, considering how average I felt my draft went, I'm not feeling too bad about where we're at. And I really do like drafting Dominaria. I feel like you don't have to be as focused. Things can be a bit more janky, but you can still do some fun stuff. That is a... Yeah, wish I had a 2-drop. That wasn't a trick, but yeah, that's alright. Can lead on the Trapper. Hopefully draw some more action in the meantime. That is not more action in the meantime. Ronio, good luck. Attacks, put a law counter on a... Okay. I've never actually seen that used successfully before. I prefer not to make this trade if possible. Wonder if they immediately have a Saga to drop. Although Saga's cheap for red and black, I don't think they really exist. No. That's not happening. That is absolutely not happening, opponent. Well, at least I get a bit more value out of it this time. I really do resent the fact that I have to play this, but whatever. I think I just probably run out Danitha. And I'm not really thinking that this is worth saving with Adamant Will, so I'm not too fussed. Go max damage with this, although it's better with Danitha. I don't have to run. Don't have to run out first. No, I don't have to. Fine by me. There we go. Sure, I'll tap that again for the double tap action. Got the removal spell? No. There is the neg 2 for black and 1 in this format. Got a Saga or anything? Okay, yep. Seems reasonable. Opponent staying aggro. I think, honestly, in that situation, I would too. So, can run this out for less value. This also gets me... I would rather bait out the removal first so I can get both of these back. Yeah, let's play Triumph. Sure. Tap it down again. The no value tapping. Just how we drew it up. Just grow this a couple times and then the lifelink. And I can protect it as well, so yeah, seems decent. Not amazing, but decent. Hopefully I get to blow out a removal spell here. That would just be absolutely fantastic. Siege Gang Commander is a fine Magic card opponent. Now, so this deals 2 damage to... Ooh dear. It's fine. So my opponent can just stick... So what happens here is if I swing with this and they block with everything, I just kill everything or just leave like one of these goblins. Because I can just save it. Or if they don't block and they try to kill me with by throwing these goblins at it, I can save it the next turn. So actually either situation works out for me pretty well. Yes, I don't mind that at all. So let's do this. Look, just Klingon goblins fine there. I don't mind that one little bit. Opponent might swing out, then sack the goblins next turn. Guess I can play that for now. Sure. I'm gonna tap that for no reason. There we go. Look, just so you know, opponent, that is an island. You've got to go through this whole song and dance every time. I'll save that. I think I can get more value out of that later. So basically, my opponent can activate this ability twice to try and deal 4 damage to this, and they can't do it again because they would just be losing all of their goblin boys. Unless they happen to have more in hand. Here we go, here we go. Come on. Come on. Do it. Do it. Cool, let that resolve. Okay, now what can happen here is I can cast this and then my opponent can then sack their Siege Gang commander if they want. That's okay because I can get it back with Soul Salvage. It kind of sucks that I'm losing the value on this. Yeah. They might just not want to. If it was me, I would. I would sack my Siege Gang commander. They didn't. And it lives. And I get that lifelink. Whoa. Whoa. I don't know if that was the right play by my opponent there. This doesn't help that, no. If this dies now, I can just get back both of them with Soul Salvage. But if my opponent cannot kill this right now, they might have the sack a creature 2-cost black card to give something -5, -5. If this gets through, yeah. That puts my opponent in a really rough position. That lifelink is just backbreaking. Okay, I'll play this now. I don't mind if things get killed now because I can bring back 2 creatures and I'm feeling very good about where I am. I have lethal on board. Siege Gang Commander currently cannot kill anything by throwing himself at something. Exile target creature, put a loyalty in it on a thingamajig. Unfortunately that exiles, so I can't get it back. Makes me very sad, but that creature has more than done their fair share of work. That's fine. That's absolutely fine, because now I can swing through with this. Yep. Absolutely swing. Just the more value I can get out of this lifelink. My opponent's deck should really suffer at the hands of this much life gain. You just jumping? Yep, sure. It still trades, though. It's not the best exchange for my opponent. Cool, alright. Not going to complain there. This is a big old trampler, or next turn I can go 1, 2, 3, and then play Danitha again. I'll just stick the biggest creature in front of my opponent I can. And just, while I'm at this, make this a forest. Beautiful. Got to make sure that they know it's a forest. +3 something? No way I'm blocking that. I don't know what trick they could have. Oh, Run Amok is +3 or +4. I forget what it was. They are definitely presenting it. It would be a 2-for-1, but I don't know. I feel like this creature's going to do a lot of work for me right now. If I don't have any good old think. Think. There we go, we got there. Beautiful. Run Amok. Ah, yes, they did have it. Discarded it too, which means they might have another one. can't play... Actually, I can play you because I have Thingamajig, but... Thingamajig, otherwise known as Navigator's Compass. But that does not feel great. Do I swing out? Nah, I'm winning this long game. Let's go Soul Salvage. Grab both Danitha and Arvat. I can't get the Trapper back because it's in exile. Play Danitha. And just so it doesn't automatically stop, make that a mountain. And no attacks. Okay, opponent might be stabilising here. Though throwing away creatures is not a great way to stabilise. They did upgrade that card though. The Deathbloom Fallid, absolutely a better option than this little dude here. This is a 3-2. Or do I make Danitha a 4-4 Vigilance Lifelink? All the good stuff. I just double block with those. That does not feel great. Leaves 1 mana. Can play this. It's just unexciting. I'm really just clogging up the board. But clog up the board I shall. I don't really have anything better to do. If I swung out with Danitha, they'd just chump with both the Keldon Raiders. They'd lose one and kill Danitha with the other. Not worth it. That's free. I do like free cards. I can actually do everything, which is kind of fun. I can then make... Oh, this is kind of interesting. I've got something I can do here. I can play this without a mountain. And then we go equipping you. Bippity boppity boo. Oh, that's a 5-2. Oh, real value. Should I have swung out there? Actually, I think Ooh, opponent, that's got trample. You should be more careful. 2, 3. No, they're over it. Cool, yep. May have been a slight punt blocking there with that particular creature. But then again, I was going to kill whatever they blocked it with. And divest with a horrible top deck there by my opponent. We're up to 3-1. Doing well. Well, with random powerful cards. Avish. Good luck. Draw a land. I got some good stuff going on. It's good, not great. I'll probably do better than this, to be honest. Yeah, that's mullet. Well, I have all 3 colours. I will keep a creature I can play. And maybe a land after that to go Call the Cavalry. Yeah, that's alright. Can't get back Call the Cavalry with Soul Salvage, which sucks, but that's okay. This blocks goblins quite nicely. Skirk Prospector in draft. Should I be worried, or is my opponent just playing some jank? Nothing wrong with some jank. Maybe they're trying to ramp into something with a bit of fast mana. These guys are very interesting because you can play them one turn and sack them the next turn to ramp yourself out in a kind of weird red kind of way. Managed to target opponent. That seems like a pretty decent card, opponent. I'll swing you Hitu Lava Runner for no reason. Nope. That feels alright. The life gain, the life loss there is kind of scary. But then I'll have a big old dude that can just block 4 days. So I'm going to play this. I'm not going to swing because this blocks any one of their creatures. I might regret this. Yes, I know this big old demon's about to eat half my life total. Opponent might be thinking, yes, thank you so much. But look, I like to live dangerously. Hopefully we can hit our land drops and Call the Cavalry and Partic Wander out over the next couple of turns. That'd be good. That'd be good. Do I have any more life gain in this deck? Oh dear! Okay, I don't feel so bad about this because I'm boned either way now. I can gain a little bit more life, I suppose. This does not gain me life. Let's see. This is handy because I can now block using that. Becomes a 3-5 with first strike. But I'm in a bit of trouble here, to say the least. Do I make my Nightmare Horror a knight? Look, this saves me the most health, so I should probably do this, but I'm in a really bad position here. Chainer's Torment was ambitious there, I will be honest. I should think about cutting it from this deck, actually. Yes, that is the correct response, opponent. If you would be so kind... I'll just do that, I suppose. Don't have a charge. Don't have a charge. Oh, he's got it! Eats my knights. I am so boned. I mean, look, I get this thing. Do I even... I mean, it's got, doesn't even, yeah, that's, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Okay, so that wasn't the optimal game for Chainer's Torment, I will admit. But hey, look, you gotta give it a try. You gotta try this jank. And then you have to cut it out of your deck. Divest. Oh, I don't hate Divest, actually. Don't have a lot of black mana, so maybe the black 1-drop isn't the best thing to put in. Look, to be honest, it's probably just better. Could do another Stronghold Confessor. It doesn't excite me. Now, let's put a Divest in. Divest in that particular game would have been fantastic, for example. Much better than Chainer's Torment. I would have had a turn 1 play, would have actually removed a relevant card, possibly Skizix, possibly that wizard that dealt me 2 when it came into play. Whatever. We can speculate on this some other time. Well, this is a thoroughly unexciting hand, which I will keep, because I can play things. I like to be able to play things. That on turn 2 after this one, yeah, actually that's okay. It's not particularly exciting, but making my big menace creature good and then giving it flying menace and lifelink. This is going to suck if it gets removed. It's not, though. There's no automatic stop set for my opponent. Right, going aggro. Havoc 82, can you answer this onslaught from a Confessor of the Stronghold? Grow from the ashes, cool, I've got a bit more time. Has my opponent got a big turn 5 play coming up? Or rather 5-drop. Not turn 5 because they are cheating on mana. Very rude. Fortunately, I can't back this up with another play. Looks like a Navigator's Compass. Let's just make that an island. Well, hopefully I curve out to get to my 4th land, because Call the Cavalry really puts my foot on the gas here. I'm kind of nervous to see what my opponent can do with all this mana they've got. They've got some more now. Okay, beautiful. Just what I needed. Okay. Excellent. Swing through with this. Hopefully we can go land again here, because Yargle is not on any string on this board. Do I double block that Stronghold Confessor? I think too easily blown out. That's annoying. Okay, let's keep Arvad, I think. Man, that witch is good. Usually by the time you get to the point in the game where this is going to discard 2 cards from hand, your opponent often only has like 1 or 2 cards in their hand anyway. That's not a terrible top deck here, actually. Yeah, boy! Get him! I mean, I'm trading for that Confessor, but I don't care. It's got evasion. It's really good for my opponent on this board. I keep a knight, and we're just going to make that a forest. And opponent, have you got a follow-up for that? Oh, they got their splash colour out. How do they kick everything? This stupid big mana. Stupid. Do me a favour, opponent. Can I just make that an island? A new attack. Please don't kill Ariel, rather. Arvad and Ariel and... what's the other one? I don't know. Danitha and Yargle. Some great names. No, you can have that 5 damage. I'm on 26. Oh, don't do that. If I don't draw a land, I can kill a bad creature. However, I doth drawn a land. Making this a 6/6. I'll play this first, I suppose. Make this... you know what? That's just going to be a plains. Playing mind games with my opponent now, I think. This does not look good, though. A removal spell here would suck! Opponent. What are you thinking about, opponent? Not making that trade. I mean, I've got a big buffer in my life, but that is pretty much used up now. This is a big old thing. It's a 4/2, which is pretty irrelevant on this board. If I play this, I can still make another knight. Right now I have... or I can kill something with power X or less, which would be 4. Man, my opponent's creatures are just too big. Okay, let's make this a mountain and pass the turn. Okay, it's not too bad now because I can make another 2/2 knight and do some slightly ugly blocks to kill some of these large creatures. I don't hate where I'm at right now. It'd be annoying if they swim with both those big creatures, but it's not the end of the world. Well, that's fine. Okay, cool. Passed a... oh, what? Ah, I passed. Oh, that's so frustrating. Oh, that doesn't happen in real paper Magic. Oh, I thought I had a chance to interact and... ah, well. Ah, well. Just got to be more careful than that. Kill one of these small creatures. I still think we make a knight. Okay, let's do it now. Oh, that was a bit of a punt. I meant to do that and block with this and that to kill that. I don't think... I can kill that spider pretty comfortably now as well. So this is going to make this an 8/8. And they just double block. There's not... I can make this a 6/4 first strike. I get... It's very annoying how that played out. Well, what I can do is I can play this onto my Honor Guard, which can block that, and then I can use this activated ability. Oh no, I've got to tap... I can only tap 4 of them. Ah, it sucks. It's forever being one off. At least I've got a good blocker now. Could have put it on Av. No, I think, yeah. Trying to put all my eggs in one basket by putting a big enchantment on a legend. I don't love where we're at, but we're not in the worst spot possible. As it stands, this activated ability can currently kill the Mammoth Spider, which I will do at the end of the turn. I can't make another knight. Alright, let's get it right this time. Okay, so we pass now. We do this. It's going to trade for a trick. But look, we've got to put our opponent to the test. And we're also going to make this trade here. Then we're going to block. Then we're going to... Okay, that's fine. We knew that had to happen. That pretty much my opponent wouldn't have attacked that way otherwise. I'm going to do this. So it's going to tap 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Which is going to be you. Tap, tap, and tap one of these. Things have got to be a bit ugly, unfortunately. We resolve that. And I don't think there's a coming back from this, but I don't think I really could have played it any other way. Pass there. I get a little hair of lifelink, which is always good. Okay, but we can chump that for days, which helps me a lot, actually. Do I play this? I don't think there's any benefit from me playing it. Can I swing with you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can stick everything in front, and then I can kill the Corrosive Ooze. I can kill the Corrosive Ooze, can't I? Yes, they can't kill everything. No. They've all got vigilance. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I might take 7 on the crackback if they dunk everything in front of that. I've got to pressure my opponent here. I've got no choice. Yep, make that trade. I'm happy with that. So I've got a free tap here, so I can kill anything with power 1 or less. Yep, that's what I thought my opponent might do. What I can do is I can... That's fine. So, I can kill the Llanowar Scout, and then kill both of those. Or I can make a knight, and have a chump blocker for the Primordial Worm. I say we make a knight for a chump blocker. I think puts my opponent down some resources. Okay, that's cool. Not showing them the swamp. I do want to threaten that I actually have something here. Do I have much removal that can take care of this worm? This is really coming down to the wire, actually. I think my opponent's probably got the upper hand, but they maybe don't know it, and that means they're going to play more conservatively than they should. I don't know. My opponent's going to swing. They're not going to swing. Alright, I can't... No. Make a knight. Alright, that's handy. Let's go to the swamp. I can't attack. No, I can't attack. I can kill the Llanowar Scout, though. Ah, cheeky, cheeky opponent. Yes, yes, you get to activate a Llanowar Scout. What I can do here is I can actually chump with the Knight and also kill the Llanowar Scout. That's kind of handy. They should not have played the land there. They should have faked having something. Oh wow, opponent. I did not think I had the upper hand there. Cool. Well, not going to complain. And that's why you don't play out your lands. You bluff that you have something. My opponent didn't know that I was holding 2 lands, and yeah. I honestly don't think they should have scooped. I think they were going to win that game. Unless they top decked a couple lands in a row, but... Alright, on to 4 wins. Beautiful. We are going to be net positive with our wins no matter what happens from this point on. Okay. Divest. Yeah. I go turn 1 play. Hopefully it's enough to slow my opponent down enough to I draw something. Oh! Jeez! I am less impressed about this. That's a nice opening hand, opponent. Kind of regret keeping this hand against that now. Oh, if they just play the Fire Breather. Okay, it probably indicates that they didn't get to an enchantment or sword yet. That's equipment as well. Yeah, it is. We've got a blocker, so it's not the end of the day. Do they have a removal spell? No, they have an Adamant Will, though. Good to know they have that. Why couldn't you be in my hand the previous turn? Cheeky, cheeky Pegasus. Flutori, a fellow aggro player. After my own heart. Right. Adamant Will's up. No, 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 no. Not blocking that. However, it doesn't help you against the Champion of the Flame. So I can't swing into this board right now. Flying's handy. Or can I swing into this board? If I do this, it makes you a 6/6, and they can double block. And 2 for 1 themselves. It's still not great for me. Even with the aforementioned 2 for 1. I still think I do it. This lifelink is pretty awesome. Yes. Opponent, I know you're holding Adamant Will. Divest was actually very handy, as previously mentioned. It's not always amazing in this format because it's not necessarily always that creature heavy. Like, it'd be amazing in Core 19 if that was printed there. We got some removal spell happening. Hope not. That'd suck. At some point, I should just think about making knights. I could force the removal spell out of their hand by trying to remove it with Arvel. Yes, these are options I can do. Yargle Pegasus doesn't really work with that in their hand. Pegasus, and I have enough mana to destroy something. That feels pretty good. Yep, let's do that. So in order for them, they would have to... Still got a 2 for 1 themselves. I still think that's pretty good for my opponent to be awesome. Yeah, to be honest. No attacks. Well, the red-white deck's doing a great job of defending itself right now. So, I'm hoping my opponent taps out here. Essentially what I can do here is I can use Ariel's activated ability to kill this Champion of the Flame. They do not have enough mana to cast Adamant Will right now. That makes me very happy. It's power X or less. Cool. I really shouldn't hover over cards just I'm about to cast them, but oh well. I can also block that Warcry Phoenix. They might have a charge in hand. They don't. Okay, so we do this now. We pay 1, target this, tapping this knight here. Cool, right. A charge in hand is worth 2 in the bush. It's actually pretty good here. No. Arena? No, don't leave black mana up. I don't have any other black spells. Oh, dear. What am I doing? I should play you post-combat. I mean, let's just, advertise exactly what I'm doing here. So I can fly over with Arvel and use charge if they double block. That feels pretty good to me. I can also make a knight if I really want to. Yep. Charge also gets me another point of lifelink. This all matters. It's all like incremental. Let's play this. Yeah, sure. Nice. And that puts me in a very nice position. Should I play a knight or just get Yargle down? Yargle trades so badly. I think actually the extra knight is going to do me a lot more help here. What do you cost? So 3 more mana and tap and sacrifice it to get 1 creature back to my hand. Okay, well, opponent tapped out, didn't leave up their indestructible spell, and paid the price. Right, let's make a knight, and we might just be taking over this game. Yes, and now I can actually remove one of these creatures in response to them casting that. So let me have a think here. I can remove the Warcry Phoenix, so if they make this a 5/4 with indestructible, it still doesn't get through anyway. Yeah. This seems a bit sketchy, but I can get stuff back with Memorial to Folly. So let's move on to attackers. Let's let my opponent make some bad decisions, I think. Look, if they want to trade this token for that card in their hand, more than happy with that. And if they double block, I can remove the Warcry Phoenix in response to them casting that spell. Yep, that feels pretty good. It's still a 2-for-1 if they want to do that as well. They're not in a great position here. Ariel has done some work this draft. They're going to do it? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for them to cast their spell. And then we're going to remove the Warcry Phoenix. There we go. Yep, they did on the right. I can't remove that because I don't have enough knights. So what we do here is we go this, 1, 2. Remove this, tapping these 2 knights. Beautiful. That makes it a 5/4 indestructible, which does not kill Ariel. Can I kick you? You better believe I can. Yeah, that's got evasion. Let's kick it. Let's kick it old school. Cool, I think I've just used my resources better than my opponent this game. And that should pretty much be it. You've got it back, but you don't have the resources to cast it. Oh, I can make 2 more knights. Oh, and I can remove the bird. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Anyway, Don't mind me, just having conniptions. And we can attack with all of my Vigilance Knights. Oh, this has gone beautifully. So what we do is we attack with this and this. We even make that fly. Yeah, because this taps. So I make you fly, and then I black, tap, 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 kill that. Yeah, sort of make Arvad fly. Yeah, this has been brutal. This has been an absolute brutality. My opponent really should read Ariel. I mean, I guess they're forcing me to do it. That makes sense. So 1, 2, 3. Target you. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Kill that. I don't get the lifelink. I understand that, but yeah, an indestructible spell is not going to save my opponent here. Good game. Righto. This draft going quite well now. I'm on 5 wins or 6 wins now. I'm on 5 wins. Beautiful. Can I just squeeze out 2 more wins? Let's see. I do have a bit of the streamer's luck. I swear, every time I put this camera on, I actually draft way better than I usually do. I guess I'm more patient when I'm making a video. That's probably what it comes down to. Yeah, that's alright. That's alright. My opponent doesn't have too fast to start. They do go first, which is not so bad without a turn 1 play, I suppose. Play the tapper. Trapper. Diavenant Tapper. No, Trappernick. Trapper. Lots of people playing Llanowar Scout. They probably shouldn't. It's not a very good card. I mean, in that situation, it's pretty good. I gotta pay that. I gotta pay that. Let's play the Tap Rapper first. Although my opponent's gonna go aggro. This one's a bit scarier, I think. Grow from the Ashes unkicked. Ooh, there's a red source. No, I'm not going to block the scat for the sake of 1 point of life. They've probably got a big pump spell on their hand, I'd imagine, given what they just did. Call the cavalry. Sure. I'll double block the Baloth, and if my opponent wants to use a pump spell to beat them, that's fine. I got more where that came from. Yep. I'll trade that for a pump spell. Go ahead. Got your +4/+4 shenanigans? Yep. That also untap as well. Very good. Very good. That's mildly terrifying. Oh dear. I don't have great answers to that. I mean, I can do this for the time being. Tap down the Baloth. And get in, I suppose. I may as well. I can't block with this, so... Get in a few points of life, but that Pegasus Corsa Baloth combination might just end me, I think. I don't have a great answer to flyers right here. Oh dear. Right now I don't have a good answer to anything. Yep. I'm on 9 health. I've got another turn to pull something out of the bag here. You trade for the Baloth, yeah. I think realistically speaking, it's the best I can do. Keep you back as much as I don't want to do it. Oh, it can't even block. It's flying. Ugh. Yep. I should have attacked there. Oh well. Oh well. I can get to attack next turn and gain a bit more life back. I just don't know how relevant that is, to be honest. Sometimes all you gotta do is just play a big creature and make it fly. You know, that's what Magic's all about. Any follow-up opponent? That is a follow-up. Oddly enough, it's actually pretty decent here too. I can play Divest and something else. Let's just have a look at their hand. See what's going on here. They got a removal spell in hand. Oh no. Nice. They can't cast it, thankfully. None of these just randomly a wizard, no. Oh, that's a shocker. Well, I can do this and buy myself a little bit more time. The first strike on this will prevent my opponent from being able to kill it. For whatever that's worth. Gets me back to 9. Blur, but then I just take 6 on the backswing. You've just got to play Wizard's Lightning and you win, opponent. I didn't have any good options there. Just trying to gain a bit more life seemed pretty reasonable. My opponent is giving me an opportunity to block, though. Okay, fair enough. I can go back up to 8. Well, okay, yes, you can just shock my... I forget that that's how lightning works. And that would appear to be the end of this particular draft. We are on 5 wins. I believe that means I get a packet of Dominaria to open. Let's do that before we wrap this video up. And we have gotten ourselves another Chainer's Torment, the best card in Dominaria, as we previously discovered. And a Grand Warlord Rada. Makes mana as it attacks, and once you attack with lots of creatures. Kind of fun. Interesting with like Elves and Banefire and that kind of stuff. Very cool card for Constructed. A bit janky, but nice and fun. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. In the meantime, do not forget to like and subscribe. Like me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter and Reddit. Please consider supporting my Patreon as well. Thank you so much to all of my existing patrons, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.